happy conference weekend. As you might already know, I decided to come to BlogHer this year. It's BlogHer, but one word. Get it? BlogHer, blog. Yeah. They're good with those puns, them. Puns? Might be. Is that a pun? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to vlog my experience. I actually flew in last night because I wanted to leave Chicago at the same time as Don, my husband, who is going on business. We just thought it'd be easier to go to the airport together. And also, I wanted to be able to check in and not be in like a mad tizzy today. So that was what I did. So I actually had a really nice morning. I walked all over. I went to one of my favorite places for breakfast, Norma's, which was a splurge. I had the Nutella-filled pancakes. Yum! They were so good. And Don and I have been going there for years and years. We used to come to New York quite a bit to visit my late grandparents. In fact, I went past their old apartment building for memory's sake, which was nice. The building looks great, and it was kind of nice to jog down memory lane.
So, it's very noisy in New York. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but this is where my grandparents, my mom's folks, lived for most of her life. You know, as a child. They moved there when she was 10, and they lived there until they both passed in their mid-90s. So they lived there a long time. Beautiful building. They're building some new monstrosity next to it apparently, but still stands, still gorgeous.
We haven't been back much since. We came for a visit. I don't know if you remember. I vlogged it a couple of years ago in December. We came for a visit, like a little holiday vacation, and we went to see the Rockettes, and we saw a couple of shows and stuff. I vlogged that. I'll try to link the vlog for you guys if you want to see it. It might be more than one vlog, but that was the last time I was here. I used to come to New York all the time growing up because my grandparents lived in Manhattan. We came several times a year to visit, and I went to NYU my freshman year. Quickly realized though that I was not cut out to live in New York City. And actually transferring out was one of the best decisions I made in my young adult life. Although NYU is an awesome, wonderful school, it just wasn't the right environment for me, and it wasn't healthy for me to be in a city environment, so that worked out. Anyway, now I'm here at the conference. Oh right, what else did I do this morning? Anyway, after breakfast, I walked all over. I did a little like window shopping up Fifth Avenue and Madison Avenue. I really wanted to go to, I think it's pronounced La Durée, I'm not sure, but it's the macaroon place. I haven't been since last time we were in Paris, which was like, oh wait, I went to Paris like 8 years ago? Yes, that was last time I went, so I got some macaroons, but it's a little treat for later. And I actually also did buy, I went to Bergdorf's Goodman's and I bought the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow and Pillow Talk lip pencil, which are both products I've been hearing about for ages. Can never find Charlotte Tilbury? Is that even, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, in store, but I did. So I wanted to pick that up because it's been on my bucket list for a while. And that was nice little walk. And then I went to Central Park. I grabbed a light lunch at the Boathouse, not like the actual restaurant, but just a little grab and go place. Such a gorgeous day. I spent the rest of the morning and early afternoon walking around Central Park. I went to the pond, I went to the, I just walked all over. It was just a really nice day. back just now to register for the conference.
So this is the check-in. It just opened, so there's not a lot of people here yet, but it's much bigger than Alt Summit was, or Ward Style. It's a much bigger conference. And then I'm gonna come back later to go to the Expo. I think it opens at 6. I'm really excited about that because it's kind of like brand booths, which is always kind of fun to look at. We'll just peek in, I guess, but I'll take you guys with me for that. Look at this. This is cute. Very cute. You can kind of peek in there. We'll go in there later. It's the photo op wall. It's all flowers. I wonder, are they real? Can we touch them? They are real. This is helpful actually to come here. No, because you can kind of get the lay of the land. You can see different rooms are gonna have different things in. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Sweet parties. My goodness. Lots happening. Women inspiring women. This is pretty, isn't it? Very neat. I like how they put the... Oh, cool. Somebody wrote all things. That's funny. Huh. Apparently it's also the New York City Triathlon this weekend. This is neat because it kind of tells you what everything is and where it is, which is helpful.
So I am all checked in now, and I thought we would go through my little bag of goodies together. They give you a tote bag. This is pretty standard BlogHer conference fare, I've come to know. Here's my badge, which I will wear. The conference officially starts this evening. I think it's really tomorrow, but it kicks off this evening. So it looks like there's a notebook. Filming everything one-handed is always such a joy. Yeah, a nice notebook. And what else? There's, oh, a nice pen. It looks like with a stylus sort of thing on the other side. Oh, that is a nice pen. And then, oh, a pin. Essential. Saved by Skimmies. It's a revolutionary undergarment. Oh, there's some swag in here. I read, actually, that you get quite a bit of swag at this conference. So I checked, I could have easily fit everything into a carry-on bag that I was bringing, but I checked a bag, like a medium-sized bag, actually a bag. I'm testing out one of the Lee Paul four-wheeled bags, like a medium size, which you can pack up pretty full, so I might review that at some point. But I want to see what this is. It's underwear. No? Oh, it's like boy shorts. It's like short shorts. It's actual shorts. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to read about that. And then, what is this? Is this supposed to be a mustache? Oh, I think it is supposed to be a mustache. Okay, hold on. Hold on, how's this? Pretty awesome, right? Oh, it smells bad. Don't inhale that. It smells like formaldehyde or something. Here's something. I have no idea. Apparently it's a pencil case. So it's a pencil case that's also a pen, if I am understanding this correctly. Maybe I am not. Oh, I think it's a highlighter. It's a highlighter. How interesting. And it's got a pencil sharpener on the back. Very interesting. Let's see what else is there. Shampoo from Shea Moisture. Cool. Oh, this looks like a pair of sunglasses. Yeah, a pair of shades from WordPress. WordPress shades. Alright, I'm gonna try on everything here. Yeah, I'm pretty styling, aren't I? You know it. I like the little cloth case, so that's a kind of a nice touch. Okay. What else? There's a lot in here, oh my goodness. From Coca-Cola, looks like a bottle opener. And, oh, food. Half-naked popcorn. Oh, that'll come in handy. And this looks like an organizer to put on the back of your cell phone. Okay. This is about a booth that you can visit at the Expo. There's going to be a lot of paperwork in here, actually, I have a feeling. Smarty Pants vitamins, gummy vitamins. And then a bunch of papery sorts of things. Another flyer from Sears, iBlog magazine, New York magazine, and lentils. There's no program? I thought there would be a program for the... Is the program in here? I really thought they would have a program for the conference. I don't see one, which is odd. Okay, well, I might go back down there and see if they have a program, but nice swag. So anyway, I'm staying at the New York Hilton Midtown, which is where the conference is. And I thought I'd give you a room tour. It's not pristine at the moment, but you know, it's a room tour. I'm on the 40th floor. I'm in room 4011. I have a king bed. And this is the bathroom. Got a tub with a stand-in shower and little cubbies and all that. Actually, the little cubbies are perfect for my Henry Bendel train case thing. Works out nicely. So that's the bathroom. They really utilize space well. And then there's this closet here. You can see my few little things there. There's that bag I was talking about that I packed. Brought a waterproof blanket because we're going to an outdoor show tomorrow. Don's meeting me here. Don is actually in Boston right now, but he's taking the train up tomorrow. So there's the bed with 2 side tables and this desk thingy with all my stuff on it. There's a fridge here, which is nice to have, and I bought some water and a chair. There's not really much of a view. Well, there's kind of a view. You can see, I'm not sure what I'm looking down on, but this hotel's located on 6th Avenue between 53rd and 54th, so if that gives you some orienteering. I don't know. And that is the room. I think it's perfectly fine and comfortable. The one gripe I have is it's very, very dark. There's absolutely no overhead lighting, so at night it's pretty dark, even with the lamps on. But that's not the end of the world. Well, that was actually quite the hike. I went down to 36th Street to pick up my cards I had ordered. I had emailed them this morning. They quoted me a very reasonable price. I ordered 150, just like basic cards. Cards I have at home are like really nice letterpress, like super fancy paper, but I forgot my business cards because I had a brain fart. It's like I was sitting in my office the night before I was going, and I was like, okay, don't forget your business cards, and I grabbed all of my other conferencey things but the business cards. You kind of need them at this, but luckily I had the file on my computer, so I sent them the file. So on my actual cards, the honeycomb is just an indent, like a letterpress indent. But it's fine. I mean, it's better than not having anything at all. So I've got them. And I also managed to pick up the only other thing I really wanted to buy while I was in New York. And I didn't see a Starbucks at the airport, so I didn't want to, you know, wait. If I could find one. I got my You Are Here mug for New York. There it is. Very cool. And that is the end of the shopping. But now I am like really hungry. I don't know what to do. I have to film a video. And I need to eat. And I also have things to go to for the conference. So I'm not sure how that's all gonna happen. Priority wise, probably video, eat, then the conference things. I mean, I know I'm here for the conference, but you know, you gotta have your priorities. Everybody's got different priorities, right? But I am starving, and I don't think having a macaron is going to do it. I could have a little popcorn and then film a video and then scavenge for food. Alright, let's check this out.
Video.
It's kind of hard to give you an overview because it snakes around, but it's a little crazy. There are people with their dogs. I didn't know you could bring your dog, or I would have brought with Airbrush Foundation. Toothpaste. They have like happy baby. She looks kind of like that ghost squeeze. Apparently they're making adult snacking pouches now. This brand. That they're selling at Target. And they gave me one to try. This is Sun Earth. They do natural cleaning products. They gave me a bag of samples to try. It's very nice little booth. WordPress has kind of a crazy booth. Oh my goodness. These cars. Very neat. This is Best Buy. They're promoting their wedding registry. This is pretty cool. Look at these. Crazy. Actually, it's what my washer dryer is like. They have dogs for adoption. How cute. I think there's another one somewhere. There's another one. There's another one. Oh my gosh, there's more. This is like a karaoke booth. Okay, luckily this is much smaller. This is a brand that does restorative hair products, and they're doing hairstyling. I know I went around another corner and there's more. Some sort of parenting app. Maybe you use this. This is some sort of app-driven scrapbooking. There's something called Storied Myth. Like an interactive story. I think so. Because Tom's did not know Tom's did lip products. This is Real Times, and they have this app where you can do video and photo, like virtual scrapbook. It's really cool, actually. I'm gonna definitely check it out.
I actually stayed at that much longer than I anticipated. I ended up talking to the people at the Keepsakes app for a long time, which I found very, I really like these apps. The Keepsake and the Real Times, they're just really, I feel like that's useful because a lot of people, I mean myself included, just don't make the time to like traditionally scrapbook anymore. And also with the addition of like filming videos on your iPhone and stuff, with the Real Times app, you can add video into your online scrapbooks. And then with the Keepsake one, you can actually print. Which is cool. So I like that idea a lot. Very cool. Anyway, I am pooped and I've got editing to do, so I'm gonna pack it in and I will see you guys tomorrow for the first full day of the conference. Good morning, friends. It is time to go to the conference. I've been up for a few hours. I wrapped up some work things I was doing and then got ready. And this is what I'm wearing today, if you had any interest. I decided to go pretty casual. I mean, that's kind of what I wore to the reward style conference too, but I'm going even more casual, I feel like. Probably seen this top like 1,000 times because I wear it like once a week. From Anthropology, my little flyaway from, what's this? It's Simple. No, it's Splendid. That's it. Couldn't think of that one. These are jeans by AG. I have my little teaks on. I realize the shoes don't exactly go, but I tend to get cold and I didn't want to wear sandals and I didn't want to wear sneakers, so that's what I brought. I got my Stella and Dot bag because that's what I brought on the plane. Just easy to bring one bag. And I just noticed my jeans are not even, so I'm gonna fix that. And I'm going. So first is breakfast and then there's the kickoff. I don't know if they're calling it a keynote, they're calling it the pitch, I think, or is that tomorrow? No, it's a kickoff keynote. So I'm gonna head down. A lot of breakfast stations, oh my gosh.
And say, I need to send a check in for $6,824, within the day after tomorrow, or I'll lose my spot. Like, to me, that's a girl who's going to succeed because she's doing everything that she can do. And that's the people we pick. Like, she's doing everything possibly that she can do. And if she's doing that, then I can step in and do, frankly, the easy part, right? Which is writing the check and saying, okay, now, here's what you need to do as a scholar. We're gonna support you. So I always felt like those people kind of rise to the top.
Our next speaker, Ana Maria Chavez, and the Girl Scouts by launching the campaign for Ban Bossy, and Sheryl Sandberg, of course. And when we saw that campaign launch, we saw lots of adults talking about it and a ton of conversation that was, positive, negative, provocative, really interesting. And we thought this is a great opportunity to get the kids' point of view, directly, unscripted, to hear from kids, to collaborate with them, to produce content about what they think.
Point, a lot of people don't realize that currently in the United States, we have 59 million living Girl Scout alum. Yeah, many of you in the room, rock on. Absolutely. And that means, 1 in 2 American women. Recently, a couple of years ago actually, I went to the Oval Office to present the president the report on status of girls in the United States, because the Boy Scouts do it every year. And so I saw it and I said, well, when are the girls going? They're like, what do you mean? I said, well, the boys go, we should go. They're like, okay, we'll go. And so I went, and I took Gold Award recipients with me, and we presented the report, and we showed the president that we had done a research study on our Girl Scout alum, the 59 million, and we looked at what they were doing now. They started like you, amazing, creative, full of confidence. So what are they doing now as women? And what we found were interesting stats. First, we found that they went on and got a higher level of education. They went on and got their BA, their MBA, their JD. They went on to make more money per year, on average more than $12,000 per year. They also volunteer at a higher rate. Even our Girl Scout mothers who are alums went on and volunteered more than non-alum in their children's school. And they're happier about the choices in their life.
Doing this exercise, and this is the only thing I can think of.
So the keynote ended a little bit ago, and I just came back to the room because I have about a half an hour and I'm starving. So I ran down to the little shop in the hotel. This is actually really convenient. And I got some hummus and some chips and some hot water because I'm also freezing, just really to hold when I go back down to the conference, to the session. So the sessions are going to start next. I'm not exactly sure what session I'm going to. I'm going to start in one and see if it's what I want. I mean, the descriptions, I felt like I just really couldn't get a sense of the conference sessions from the descriptions. So anyway, I thought the opening keynote was really, really interesting. 3 very interesting, female-centric motivators and inspirers who were talking, and also involving young women and girls in their talks as well. So very, very interesting, and looking forward to what the rest of the conference brings.
It was a rejection of the media telling us that we had to be thin, we had to be wrinkle-free, and we had to be smiling all the time. So when we take our selfies, we can take them however we want. And distributing them on social media through this hashtag, through the Feminine Selfie hashtag, is a way to create our own media of when we're having a great day, when our hair looks fabulous, or when we're not having a great day.
I was also the person in my circle of friends that was like, where do I go to do this? Or what should I make for my boyfriend? And so I kind of, the inception of it was really just for my little community, and I sort of didn't, I kind of stupidly didn't think larger at first when I was first doing it.
So it was a newsletter, an email.
Right, it was an email.
And then you let people subscribe to it? At first it was for people you knew, but then you let people subscribe?
No, but then I just said, oh well, I'll just, do it, make it public, and so it started off being a public thing. Or say like, have you thought about this or have you thought about that? And it can come in the form of positive feedback or negative feedback. But, so much of the press, I think these days is so incendiary, and it's about page views, and so much of it is not true, that I tend not to read a lot of, I definitely don't read tabloids or anything like that, and the things that I tend to read don't generally have, you know, a lot about me, but you know, it's interesting. It's like to be someone who's grown up. I mean, I've been in the public eye my whole adult life, really, and it's been a really interesting process and a very bizarre learning curve. And you know, you really have to find a way to separate the words of people who, you know, you respect, whether it's a stranger or not, but there's respectful content, positive or negative, and like people who are just in pain and projecting their own shit onto you, you know? It's been interesting, you know? It's like, you really build an internal resource and you really start to understand who you are and because also what's interesting is if you read something bad about yourself and it stings you, then I've learned that somewhere that's a judgment that I'm holding against myself. And so I will now stop and I will try to figure that out and work through that and unpack that. If I read something that's just complete nonsense or doesn't resonate with me, then I don't think about it again. But if I'm lying in bed thinking about some comment somewhere that I saw and it hurts, then I know that I'm the one holding that judgment. So it's interesting. Anyway, sorry to bore you.
I've been lobbying the organization 1,000 Days to add 365 days. It doesn't trip off the tongue as well, but you really need 1,365 days to make a healthy baby. Now, mind you, this is coming from someone who had the ultimate oops pregnancy. You know, we got married 3 months later. Oops, didn't see that coming. I suppose. So, but I was young, and so.
This is set up is for us to play with flavors and textures. I put spinach and mango and blueberries, and I'm going to throw in a couple chia seeds and then mix it up and see how it doesn't look like much. I added apple and it's much, much better. It was a little grassy at first.
So I'm back. Last time I checked in with you, it was before the lunch keynote with Gwyneth Paltrow and also but the 365 Feminista selfie woman. Oh, I'll have to answer her name. I'm blanking. The keynote was really, really good. I didn't have any expectations going in. I know nothing about Gwyneth Paltrow as a person. I don't, you know, I don't know anything about her. She was very, very poised, but also extremely down to earth at the same time. And real and sweet and just very giving with her advice and her stories. So I thought that was great. She was very graceful in her answers, but also very, very real, you know? So that was awesome. And then I went to one of the private events, so I didn't go to the afternoon sessions, but I went to a private event by Happy Baby and the What to Expect founder. You guys probably know this book. And her name is Heidi Murkoff. She was, I mean, that event was really informative, especially for me as a first-time pregnant mom-to-be. It was focused on healthy beginnings, start before baby is even conceived. And that is something that I strove for in the last 2 years, was really kind of working on my health, and it just kind of confirmed all of the things that I did that I thought maybe were like a little overkill or whatever at the time, but I was like, well, better safe than sorry. And it was just really informative. They have this initiative, the first 1,000 days. It's really the first 1,365 days apparently, from conception to the time your child is 2 years old. All the nutrition that you eat as the mom-to-be, and then subsequently how you start feeding your child after weaning, or however you have to feed them when they're infants. Just really informative and really interesting talk. So that was nice. They gave us a huge goodie bag with that book I actually don't have that book. I don't know what this is, but something. A water bottle. And oh, they talked about there's never been like a national celebrating pregnancy day, and they have been working on having one this year, and it's actually next week, so I'm gonna probably participate in that online. Oh, this looks like a cold pack. Yeah. Oh, I like those. I use them when I get boo-boos. And this looks like a USB drive. Okay, it's not focusing on it, but you guys know what a USB drive looks like. And then a lot of the Happy Baby products, including something I'm actually pretty excited about, something they just launched apparently like yesterday, is prenatal pouch, which has DHAs, choline, and calcium in it, fortified. And then they have the veggies and the fruit, kind of, you know, this is a Happy Tot, Happy Baby, so for different stages. So that's a really nice grab bag. But really, that was probably the most informative thing I've been to so far. The session I went to this morning before the lunch keynote wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be about how to deal with branded content as a blogger, something that I haven't done and have been very hesitant to do, and that means like sponsored posts, sponsored videos, product placement, that sort of thing. I haven't really gone that route because I don't know. I talk about things I want to talk about when I want to talk about them, regardless of whether or not a company is providing me with product. I've never been paid by a company to talk about one of their products. I've never wanted to do that. But long term, it is something that people do to sustain their blogs and their online creation. So I thought it would be more informative about that. It's something I'm open to learning about, even though it's not something I do. And it was really more targeted at brands instead of at bloggers. So it was like brands talking about how they had successful campaigns. So that didn't really apply to me that much, but everything else has been very interesting. And now I have a little rest. Don is on his way. He's on the train. He should be here hopefully soon. And this evening we're going to see our friend Scott McLean perform in, I can never remember if it's Measure by Measure or Measure for Measure, the Shakespeare play. But he's performing in an outdoor theater in Battery Park. And I've actually, in all of my lifetime of coming to New York City, have never been to Battery Park. Like, not once. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm just gonna have a little rest and do some online managing of stuff. But first day was really good. I'm already getting like an impression of the conference compared to my other 2 conference experiences now, but I'm gonna wait to share that until after everything is said and done, because, you know, I feel like you need to give something a full course before you form and give impressions of something. I'm tired, can you tell? My brain isn't working. Alright, well, I'm gonna chill out for a minute, and then we're gonna take you guys, even though it's not conference related, we're gonna take you guys with us this evening, and you'll get to see Don. I know you guys like Don. I like Don too. I'm really excited. I mean, we've only been apart for like a day, but I really miss him. Anyway, see you guys soon. So we made it to Battery Park. Castle Clinton is where the show starts. And we made it.
Here I am.
We made it. We took the train. Said it was a pleasant experience.
Yeah, the train was nice.
Who knew? I mean, you can really go either way with the train. It's either horrible or it's not.
Well, you pay up for first class.
That's the rub. What you do?
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's where the kettle one is.
We're here to see Measure for Measure. Got it right now.
Yep.
And apparently it's a roving production, which means it moves. And we're not quite sure how that's going to work, but we're going to find out. Apparently, Don said, Scott, our friend who's in it, said it doesn't work very well.
Well, he said the actors have to shout at each other a little bit, but the transitions create ample opportunity for audience members to leave inconspicuously if they need to. Apparently that's the main feature.
Yes. Well, we're going to see for ourselves how it is, and we're not going to love it.
No.
But it's a beautiful day. We
lucked out on the weather. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like 75 and beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And we're ready to be entertained. I'll leave you with this image for the evening because it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna quickly talk about the show. If you guys are in New York, you should totally go see it. We're not just saying that because we love our friend dearly. But it was actually really, really fun. Honestly, I was skeptical about the roving part, but it kind of made it more interesting. Yeah. And it was already an interesting play.
I was skeptical too. And I'm lazy.
It's not a tragedy. Scott called it a dramedy, which I think is accurate.
Yeah.
He was excellent. The cast was really good.
Yeah, they were all good.
And I mean,
Scott
free.
obviously stole the show.
It's free.
Yeah, plus it's free.
You should come see it.
Battery Park.
So once again, there's the view. We're heading back.
Boom.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's so beautiful. Good morning, friends. It is stormy outside. We heard the thunder and the lightning and the rain. I don't know if it's still storming, but yeah, it's a stormy Saturday. Hopefully our flight is okay. I'm just packing up. Slept in, decided not to kill myself this morning. It was nice to I slept until like 7:40, which was really nice. And now I'm just packing up. You know, I did actually get quite a bit of swag, but I'm not bringing most of it home because I just don't need all that stuff. So I'm leaving this big bag of stuff. I don't know if the cleaning staff will want any of it or knows people who want it or whatever they'll do with it. It's fine by me. This is the stuff I'm actually bringing home out of the swag that I got. The Sun Earth stuff, Tom's things, these little pouches. These are from Happy Baby and this one's from Go Go Squeeze, and this cold pack. And yeah, that's it. Don's here having a spectacular morning here as usual. He's watching the golf. They're delayed in St. Andrews.
It's very windy.
It's very windy. And I don't know exactly what I'm doing today, but I was gonna go to a session at 10:30, but to learn about Snapchat because I don't know anything about it and a lot of people seem to like using it. So I thought that would be useful. We'll see if I go or not. I actually have some work to do today too, so I wanted to get that done before we checked out and I still had access to the room because we have to check out before we leave for the airport. But I'm definitely going to the lunch keynote. It's with Christy Turlington Burns. So I think that's going to be interesting. And then after that, we have to skedaddle. So, yes, that's what's happening. And I'm gonna pack this back up. That's what it looked like yesterday too. They're not open the doors yet. It's a little less crowded though. People are more excited about Gwyneth, I think, but I'm equally excited. Interested to see what's gonna happen.
And women in your own communities. We have to remember to not talk about each other as objects. We have to remember that we are expressions of love and that we have lives and souls and important things that need to happen in our lives.
At the Panty childhood-related causes. As Christy just mentioned, the United States, the maternal mortality rate is rising. It's the only developed country in the world where this rate is rising. It's a problem. Recent statistics show that the US ranked 61st out of 179 countries on maternal health. You know, the film that we just...
What's happened this year is it's reached such a critical point that we cannot ignore it anymore. When Anita Sarkeesian tries to speak at a college and people threaten the biggest school shooting in history, we can't ignore that. When I can't even live at the house that I own, we can't ignore that any longer. When you have a powerful CEO of the 10th most trafficked website in the world that can't even do her job because she's getting so much misogynist harassment, that is a problem. And I think this is the year technology hit rock bottom with women, and we've got to change it.
So I just got out of the lunch keynote, which had two separate panels actually. Both very different topics, very, very interesting and thought-provoking. The first panel was about maternal mortality rates in the United States, which is, it's just shocking that in a country that's supposed to be so well developed and have great healthcare. It's just shocking to know that we're ranked 61 out of 179 countries in terms of maternal mortality. And all avoidable.
Mothers dying.
Mothers dying in pregnancy and childbirth, all completely avoidable. Like 100% avoidable. Isn't that crazy?
100%?
100%.
Not 99%?
No, it's like 100%. So that was really, I mean, Christy Turlington Burns founded Every Mother Counts, which addresses this, and then there were other, I mean, I can't even think of the names. I'll have all this in my blog post for you guys, but it's just really, I mean, it's just mind-boggling, the things that you learn. And just kind of raising awareness around it. I mean, that was the main point about both topics. And the second topic was about like extreme cyberbullying and cyber harassment. It was focused on the women in the gaming. I don't know if you guys have heard of Gamergate. It's been a big thing this year with death threats and stuff for women in the gaming world. Apparently Reddit was a big target, Twitter was a big target, and both companies like failed miserably at addressing those whole issues. But that was what the second panel was about, and it's just, I mean, it more generally addressed how online and offline is both real. It's both absolutely, I mean, they shouldn't be different things. They should be, how you act online should be how you act offline. It's still real life. It's still the same. And bringing more attention to actual threats online as valid threats. Law enforcement responding better to those sorts of things. It's just, you know, as the internet kind of evolves and all of the technology evolves around it, and it's just everybody's online all the time now. It's just, there's so many issues and there's so many things that are coming up now that over the course of, you know, our being a civilization, we've kind of worked through, at least somewhat, but now we have to work through them online, like starting from scratch. So, I don't know, it's just very thought-provoking, very interesting. Really enjoyed both panels. But now we have to go. So I'm missing the last session of BlogHer, but we have to get home tonight for a very special gathering in our home tomorrow, which I will be sharing with you guys about next week for sure. But I'm really glad I came. My experience wasn't, this is probably my least favorite conference, but saying that, I still think it was worthwhile to come. It just, for me in particular, being the kind of person I am, it was a really big conference. There's several thousand attendees, and it was just really hard for me to navigate the sessions and figure out what really made sense for me. I felt like, I just felt like they weren't, like, the descriptions weren't really helpful to me in kind of figuring out where I needed to go. The three highlights for me were yesterday's keynote with Gwyneth Paltrow, the Happy Baby and What to Expect panel. It was a private session I was invited to yesterday, and then today's keynote. I mean, those were the highlights. But yeah, I'm glad I came. But like I said, we gotta go. Here's Donald.
Yeah.
He's watching the golf. We had to check out of our room. I don't know what I was pointing the camera at, like a bar stool, I think.
There's ESPN on over there. I've been extremely lucky in the last few days with the timing of the golf that I've been able to watch almost everything. I've been as lucky as all the players with their weather delays have been. It's having to work out perfectly for me.
It's the British Open if you're not in the know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a great time. I would suggest this conference to people. I think somebody told me actually that the attendance in New York City when they hold it here is generally less than when they hold it in other places, which is mind-boggling to me because there are a lot of people here. But apparently, you know, New York isn't everybody's cup of tea. But I don't know where BlogHer will be next year. It will be somewhere else. But it's an interesting experience. Coming to a blogging conference as a blogger and a vlogger, you know, you can learn things, and it's also helpful to kind of expand your horizons and learn about, like specifically with this conference, it was more about kind of wider topics to me, learning about, you know, things that I wasn't necessarily aware of that are important to talk about in our culture today. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna wrap up here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. That concludes my vlogging conference attendance, I think, this year. We'll see with baby on the way what happens next year. I'd love to go back to Altitude Summit. It was absolutely my favorite of the 3 conferences I went to this year. Just really more my vibe, I think. Smaller, more targeted, but like I said, I enjoyed this one for different reasons, and yeah, learned some things, had my eyes opened, and going home with some things to think about. Hope you guys are all well. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.